On July 13th, 2024, a man climbed onto a building across from the Butler Farm Show Fairgrounds in Pennsylvania and fired several shots at former President Donald Trump. This killed one spectator on the ground, it wounded another spectator, and it possibly wounded President Trump. As of me writing this, we still don't know whether he was actually shot in the ear or hit by broken glass from a teleprompter. But this video isn't about the attempted assassination, it's about all the misinformation that came in its wake. I owe a lot of this to Cyber, who contacted me after the event. Cyber is a social media threat detection tool, which they allow me to use their software for free, so I am very grateful to Cyber. You can check them out at cyber.com. This will probably be a Substack exclusive. Inshallah, if this does end up on YouTube, you can read the full Cyber report for free at ryanmcbeth.substack.com. But I will try to censor this for YouTube. Now, the initial misinformation started soon after the incident with claims that the incident was faked or staged. Karamo Brown, who's an activist and television host famous for the Netflix TV show Queer Eye, posted, "This looks staged. How did none of the people behind him get injured with all those shots?" Now, I took a look at Karamo Brown's background, and Karamo is not a firearms expert, but when you have 2.6 million followers, it would behoove you to be accurate or posting. So I think this one kind of started the ball rolling. Pretty soon, hashtags like fake assassination and staged shooting started to appear. And it had some items like this from authentic accounts. Note that this strategy of using a foreign language character as a substitution for an English letter in some words is typically done by disinformation accounts to bypass dirty word filters. Next week, I'm going to reveal the identity of a pretty darn prominent alt-right personality who is behind one of Twitter's biggest troll accounts, and it was the foreign language characters that helped me make the connection. So stay tuned next Friday the 19th at 12 Eastern Standard Time for that one. Other posts use the hashtag staged shooting, like this inauthentic account on Twitter, Rusty1Breeze2, responding to the text, "Fight, fight, fight, Civil War incident shooter trend again. MAGA shows how crazy they are, willing to kill millions for the world's greatest con. All these folks who just got shot at and stuck around are so calm. Is that normal?" Kind of implying that these people just watching implies that this incident was faked. And honestly, it can be normal for people to freeze. Most people, they don't know what gunshots sound like, or they're suffering from what you might call normalcy bias. I once had a friend of mine, his wife came home and went into their garage and noticed that the sledgehammer that they kept in the garage was on the floor. First of all, the garage door was open. They go, "Oh, he left the garage door open." And then, "Oh, he left a sledgehammer on the floor." And then the door leading to the kitchen from the garage was open. Probably busted him by the sledgehammer, and they went, "Oh, he left the door open too." And then the guy's wife walks inside the kitchen and is smacked by a dude who was robbing them running out of the house, right? So you don't tend to come home with the idea that you're being robbed, and so you have this inherent normalcy bias going in. And so people are watching President Trump and they go, "Oh, those must be firecrackers," because the normalcy bias is kind of leading them down towards the thing that is not a threat. And oftentimes when violence happens, you sometimes do see people standing there and watching because it's so beyond their experience to even process what's happening. Back during the live leak era, there were videos where people who were being executed by Colombia drug cartels are just standing there. And you're wondering, why are they standing there? Why aren't they fighting? Well, it's because they don't believe this thing is happening to them until it happens to them. So, in a nutshell, of all of these profiles that were talking about this fake assassination, a fully 45% were fake profiles according to Cyabra. And this had a reach of almost 600 million people. Now, another thing recently popped up, although this isn't getting the traction that I thought it would. This image of smiling President Trump popped up, and this image was AI generated from this image. But it's already being spread with text like, "Why is he so happy?" So this particular event might be ripe for AI alteration precisely because so many people have seen the video that they might misremember things collectively. This is often known as the Mandela effect, where people falsely remember the death of Nelson Mandela. So I could see someone circling someone in the background and then AI generating that person with George Soros or something like that. I guarantee you something like that is coming. That's pretty much it for now. I'll be monitoring this over the next couple of days, although I have to go to Austin for the Vertex Future Vertical Lift Conference. And then I'll be heading to Australia for the 2024 Disaster and Emergency Relief Conference, where I'll be presenting a paper on disinformation during a disaster. So stay tuned for that one. Hopefully they'll let me put my presentation up online, and the paper should be available after the event. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, the full report is at ryanmcbeth.substack.com. You can read that for free.